Hi, lovelies. I'm Sophie from Sophie and the Stacks. Welcome if you're new, welcome back if you're returning, and I apologize for not uploading anything at all in the month of January, quite possibly not really anything in December, and not much of anything except this video in the month of February. I got overwhelmed. However, I did now create a schedule. Isn't it lovely? No, it really isn't. It's very boring, but it is something, and it makes my life so much nicer now. We do love a good schedule. That being said, I do have a tentative upload schedule that I would like to work on trying, which is going to be every other week. That gives me time to record, edit, and generally mentally prepare myself to record videos so then I can share it with you all. Now, today we will be doing the Bookish Wheel of Fortune. Now, what does that mean? It means that I am going to be spinning a wheel, which is on my computer, to the left. Yes, left of my phone, which is currently recording. On that wheel, I have 10 possibilities for reading prompts, such as reread, library, favorite author, YA book, unfinished series, third person, nonfiction, favorite genre, first person, friend's choice. Was that all 10 of them? Yes. Do I have the list easily accessible to read? Also yes. So, let's get right into the video. Okay, so, first up, we have, let's spin the wheel. A library book, right? Yes, a library book. So, I am actually currently in a library. It is a wonderful library. I love this library. I am in here the majority of my free time. I'm either here or at home. So, I'm going to have to try to pick a library book now. There are about 8,000 books here, so it's a fairly small library, but, I mean, that's 8,000 talking for younger kids, older kids, adults, and picture books. So, it's a fairly small library, but I love it. And let's pick a book. I am back and I have chosen a book. We will be reading We Have Always Lived in the Castle by Shirley Jackson. I chose it partially because it's short, but also, look at this cover. Does that not look fascinating? I also remember I'd started reading it a while ago, and then I got distracted. Imagine that, me getting distracted. Are we sure we're talking about the same person? But I will be reading this book. Now, let's get into it.
My name is Mary Catherine Blackwood. I am 18 years old, and I live with my sister, Constance. I've often thought that with any luck at all, I could have been born a werewolf, because the 2 middle fingers on both my hands are the same length. But I have had to be content with what I had. I dislike washing myself, and dogs, and noises. I like my sister, Constance, and Richard Plagnet, and Amantia phalloides, the death cup mushroom. Everyone else in my family is dead.
Oh my word. So, I just finished We Have Always Lived in the Castle, and let me say, I very much enjoyed this. Like, I was very confused through most of it, but I feel like that is part of the nature of this book. When I was reading it last night, I didn't get it on film, which I really wish that I did. But when I was reading it and, like, put pieces together, like, oh my word. And, like, there were little subtle things that were leading up to it that you can think back and, like, see. And I love it when that happens. But, yes, so I finished this, and now we get to go on to the next book. So now that we have read our first book of the video, what will our second book be? Now, that is a very important question. I am so very glad you asked. Let us spin the wheel. Wow. English is great. Da-da-da. We now have favorite author. Yep, this one's going to be a reread. We shall be doing Percy Jackson, as in Percy Jackson and the Olympians, Book 1, The Lightning Thief. I don't have 3 friends anymore. I have 2 friends, one friend who just read the books, who are currently reminding me how much I do not remember. One of those friends is Bella from the Book Nook. Go check her out. I'll put her YouTube channel down in the description below. Please go check her out. She's amazing. I love her so much. She is currently reading The Heroes of Olympus. Which book specifically? The Blood of Olympus. After I kept asking her about it. But she needed to have it hard copy, which I don't blame her for. It is not currently available in this library. Not Blood of Olympus. What is it again? I just had this. The Lightning Thief is not currently available right now. All the copies are checked out, which is very tragic. There's only like 2 or 3 copies though. So I will be doing that with our digital library. One of my digital libraries. So I will see you on the flip side once I finish that. Okay, so we just finished rereading Percy Jackson and the Olympians, Book 1, The Lightning Thief, and
Oh my word, there were so many things that I'd forgotten. Granted, I had read it last, 6 years ago, I think, but still. So many things I'd forgotten, but still so many things that I still managed to remember. And I do love that for me because, it would get to points and I was like, oh my word. This little detail. I love rereading books. It's so much fun because then you see things that you hadn't noticed before, and there's no other words for it other than how do I word it? It's just fascinating to see how little things were hinted towards without you wouldn't have noticed them if you were just reading it for the first time, without spoilers, of course. But yeah, you get to see all the little clues, which is always so much fun. But so, unfortunately, I did have to do an audiobook for that one because I did not have the time to actually sit down and read it in hard copy or which is sad, but I did enjoy it. So, now let's continue on to the next book.
And now, last but certainly not least, we have our third book. So, our third book, the one to end this video, shall be written in third person. What book is written in third person? Percy Jackson isn't. Heroes of Olympus is. I could do Heroes of Olympus, but I'm rereading Lightning Thief. Why would I jump from Lightning Thief to Lost Hero? That does not make sense. Sure, Leo's in Lost Hero, but if I'm gonna reread the books, I have to reread them chronologically. Albeit they weren't released chronologically, so when I read them first, they weren't. I didn't read them chronologically, but that doesn't matter. I can reread them now, and they will be reread chronologically, at least as chronologically as I can at this point. So what other books could I do? Is the Inheritance Cycle third person? I think so. Is it third person or is it first person? Hold on. I am back with Rissinger, the third book in the Inheritance Cycle. Why do I have the third book, you might ask? Simply because I've already read books 1 and 2, and I kind of need to finish the series. Not that I don't enjoy the series, not my favorite series thus far, but I do just kind of want to finish it. I forgot about it. There we go. Now I'm in frame. I forgot about the series after I read the first 2 books. I got distracted with other books. Do I remember what other books now? No. I do remember I got distracted, though. But imagine that. Me get distracted. We've already been over this. I never get distracted. So, now let's see if the Inheritance Cycle is written in third person. It is. It is really weird seeing these names printed, though, because I listened to the first 2 books, and I'll probably do the same thing with this, but I listened to them as audiobooks while I was working on... Oh, I was listening to Aragon while I was working on a biology project. Dang. That was last school year. Wow. It's been a while. But it is weird seeing the names printed. I don't usually see their names when I'm listening to an audiobook. Can't usually spell them. But yeah, this boy's a thick boy though, so we'll probably be doing the audiobook for him too. So, let us get into it.
So we just finished the third book in the inheritance cycle, Brissinger, and I have to say probably wasn't one of my favorites. It was still a good book, and I'm still planning on finishing the series. I still want to finish the series, but it felt like Aragon was going on side quests to level up before doing anything to fight the BBG. Just because, like, I don't know. It felt non-linear, I guess, but yeah. I don't know what else to say. I had a whole thing planned out and then I forgot it all. Oh yeah, it felt slow in certain spots, and like some things were nice. There were also things that really pointed out the different characters' worldviews and personal beliefs, which I thought the way that Paolini did that with certain scenes was very interesting. I also liked how there was more build up to different political things, like wait, I can't say anything that spoilers. Well, I mean, I can, but I don't want to. But yeah, so there were a little bit. It was a little bit more politic heavy, I think. I don't really remember much, like much of my thoughts from the other two books. It's been too long since I read them. It was about probably near a year ago. Might be. It's definitely near a year ago. I read them over spring semester last year. Final project. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly when I read them. It's definitely near a year ago. I probably should have looked up my thoughts on them, so then I had those fresh in my mind. But as the idiot I am, I didn't think about it. So I did not look up my thoughts, which leads me to not remembering much of what I thought about them. Wow, who would have thunk? But yes, while Bersinger seemed a little bit more politic heavy, it wasn't done in an overwhelming manner. Like, it was done in a necessary way that showed that the characters weren't just handed things on a silver platter, and showed that there was still going to be some conflict, because it's politics. There's always conflict. So now those 3 books conclude this video. Let me know what you thought. It is not exactly the traditional TBR Wheel of Fortune, because I have found that I am notorious for not being able to follow through. So I wanted something to know I am definitely going to be reading these books, because I feel like when I say I'm going to read these books, that is a commitment that I am making to you, the audience, and then I feel bad when I haven't actually completed that commitment. So we're gonna try it this way and see if 1, I can keep up with it, and 2, like what you guys think. Then also 3, just like if I feel like it is working and not completely exhausting me. But hope you liked this video. If you did, be sure to like, comment down below. Go follow. I think I had told you about Bella. Pretty sure I said something about Bella. So go follow her. She's amazing. I love her. And I'll see you on the flip side. Bye-bye.